Howdy, I'm Gabby the Clown, and today I'm going to be talking about BLUEY, a delightful little Australian show that has emotionally devastated me many times, while recording this video. In fact, I cried like 3 times, so look forward to that. And yeah, obviously spoilers for BLUEY, and even though BLUEY is technically for kids, my channel is not at all for kids, so if you're under the age of 18, please go away. Watch this another day while you're an adult. Put it in a little folder and save it. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Okay, so a little bit of context is needed for the story of how I got into BLUEY. So, I've moved states, let me think, about 2 or 3 times in my life. There was this most recent time where I moved away from where my family lives, and then there was a time before that where I moved out of Florida, which was my home state, and then we moved up north. And right after we moved up north, as soon as we got there, my brother and I ended up going to summer camp because my aunt and uncle who lived up there already invited us to go, and we were like, yeah, why not? Might as well. So it was basically like 2 days after we arrived. Like, we hadn't even finished moving into our house yet, I don't think. But yeah. So while we were gone, our parents ended up getting a bit sick, and they were just like rotting on the couch while my youngest brother watched cartoons in the living room, and they ended up watching BLUEY, and when we got back, my dad was like, dude, you need to watch BLUEY, it made me cry, it's so good. And I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, I thought he was joking, cause I had seen an advertisement for it, when it was like first like announced. Like, I think I was like 15 or 16 maybe. I know I was like 16 when I first watched it, but anyway. But I had seen an advertisement for it and I was like, this looks dumb. This is a dumb show for babies. I'm not watching that. I'm a grown-ass teenager. Like, so I was like, no way did this make my dad cry. There's no way. And he was like, I'm not joking. Watch the Sleepy Time episode. You need to watch the show. And I was like, okay, I'll watch it. So we all watched BLUEY as a family, and I was like, damn, it's peak. It's actually really good. And I was mad at myself for dismissing it immediately, which is why I don't do that anymore. Even if I think I'm not gonna like something, I come into it with an open mind, because you can always be wrong. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. But yeah, I got into BLUEY because my mom and dad watched it while they were sick, and it made my dad cry. And that's really funny. So yeah, ever since I first watched it, I have really, really enjoyed it. I got a Bandit plush, at my old job. I used to work at a supermarket, and they had like a little, like, tiny display of like random plushies, and I have this Bandit plushie. He's really soft. He sits on my chair. Yeah. And yeah, I really like the show. It's super cute. The art style is so good. Especially like the backgrounds. The backgrounds are so beautiful. It's like, it's not literally watercolor because it's digital art, but it's very beautiful. I love the colors. Everything is so nice to look at. It's so nice. It's so nice to look at. And I love the characters are so sweet. Like, Bandit reminds me of my dad. And Chili reminds me of my mom. Which is probably part of why I like the show so much, because it's like, oh, it's my parents. So whenever I miss them, I watch the show. So yeah. And I'll show you right here. Actually, I was doing like a couple of little like concept sketches of like how they would look as humans, like the family. And my first draft was this was my first draft, and as you can see, well, so this is just my parents. And I realized it, like, immediately after. I was like, oh, that's just my dad with more hair and my mom. Like, shit. so I changed them so that it's not just literally my parents, because that's cheating. But yeah, that's a really nice part of Bluey. It's like, oh, it's my mom and dad, wow. And then the kids remind me a lot of, like, my youngest brother and my little cousins. It's just, like, a really nice show when I'm feeling homesick. Like, it's very nice. Obviously we're not Australian, so, but other than that, they're like, it's like my family if we were Australian dogs. Wow. But, yeah, but unironically. And, yeah, it's very wholesome, it's very cute, and it's not, like, stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of kids shows are kind of, like, stupid. And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with having, like, a dumb kid show. Like, kids can have dumb entertainment, that's fine. But, like, it's still nice whenever there's something that isn't just, like, bright colors and goofy stuff happening with no, like, rhyme or reason. Like, there's morals, but it doesn't, like, beat you over the head with, like, this is the moral of the episode, learn a lesson, you know what I mean? Like, it's subtle. Well, it's not, like, super subtle. How do I explain? So it has lessons, but it's not like Full House, where it, like, sits down the characters and is like, well, this is the lesson of the episode, while sappy music plays. I love Full House. I should do a video on that someday. But that's not today. But yeah, Bluey, it respects your intelligence, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't baby you. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't treat you like you're stupid. Like, it doesn't treat kids like they're idiots who don't understand how anything works. Like, no, it explains things, but, like, in a very, like, intelligent way. But, like, also in a way that kids can understand easily. Like, it's not... It's not like, lying is bad and you shouldn't lie. It's like, it's more, like... I don't know. It doesn't have, like, the talking to the audience stuff, where it kind of, like, it's not... And not to put disrespect on Dora's name, because Dora is really good. Well, I don't watch it anymore, but it was good when I was a kid. Not to discount all the kids shows that do talk to the audience, because Blue's Clues is goated. But it, like, teaches lessons without, like, saying, like, looking straight into your soul and saying, this is what you're supposed to learn today. No, it just, like, has, like, the characters living their lives, and learning things naturally as they go along through life and grow up. And they do grow up a bit. Like, we get to see them have birthdays and, like, learn from the things that they have been taught so far. Which is very cool. I like that. Yeah. Also, the music is really good. The music is so fire. There is, like, I think that's, like, the biggest part of the Sleepy Time episode is, like, the music. That's the one that made my dad cry. I think it's the highest rated episode of Bluey. I could be wrong, but I think it is. Anyway, but yeah, the music of the show is really good. It always fits everything really well, and it's just very nice. It's very pleasant. Everything about the show is very pleasant. And I like that it isn't like, this is the perfect family ever. Because it's not. Like, I've seen a lot of people say that, like, oh, Bluey is bad because it sets unrealistic expectations for parenting. And it's like, not really. Like, the parents aren't perfect. Like, are they really good parents? Yeah, definitely. But they're not perfect. Like, they make mistakes. Like, Bandit roughhouses with the kids and he kind of gets on their nerves. Like, and then in, like, the obstacle course episode, he cheats. Like, he knocks Bluey down so that he can win. And he apologizes for it, and he gets punished for it. But, like, they're not perfect parents. And then, like, in the Whale Watchers episode, they're hungover from a party. So they don't want to play with the kids because they're hungover, so they're just laying on the floor into the couch. Yeah, they're not perfect parents. They're really good parents, but they're not perfect. So I think they're setting unrealistic expectations. Like, my kids want me to be like Bandit. Is like, that's not. I don't think playing with your kids and like respecting them as human beings and like having empathy for them, I don't think that's unrealistic. I think that's just like good parenting. And like, they're like, oh, they let the kids walk all over them. It's like, not really. Like, they play along with the kids' games, but like, if the kids do something bad, they get punished for it, and they get told why the thing that they did was wrong. And then they're like, oh, yeah, that is a wrong thing. I'm sorry. Like, if anything's unrealistic, it's like, the kids are well behaved. And they like get it they usually like get it pretty quickly. And it sticks. But even then, like, the kids aren't perfect either. Like, they act like kids. Like, Muffin especially. Like, I see a lot of people hate Muffin, and like, I definitely get it. She can be very annoying, and she's mean to like the other kids sometimes. But like, she's 3, and that's how 3-year-olds are. They're mean. They're little terrorists. Like, that's what, like, when my youngest brother was like younger, and like still kind of is, like when he was like little, my dad would call him a terrorist because he was like a little monster. But he's gotten better because he's gotten older now. He's 10 now. But when he was little, he was kind of a monster. And that's how little kids are before they like learn how to be people, if that makes sense. Because like, they're new to the world. They're figuring shit out. They don't know what they're doing. That's why you gotta tell them how to behave. And you don't get kids to behave by like, you have to be good, you can't do this. And then when they ask why not, you just say, because I said so. Like, that's not how kids learn. They're just gonna know that like that made you mad, and it's gonna make them feel uncomfortable. It's not gonna make them wanna be better, it's gonna make them scared and not wanna be around you. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know, man, the argument of like, Bluey sets unrealistic expectations for parenting, I find it a bit odd. I disagree. I'm not a parent, so I don't know, I could be wrong, but also, like I said before, they remind me a lot of my parents, so I feel like my own parents are like kind of like living proof that like, no, that it's not an unrealistic expectation to be a good parent and like play with your kids and be kind to them. But that's just me. I know that not everyone has good parents. I know I'm extremely lucky. I have probably, I don't want to say the best parents, because there's no such thing as the best parent, but I'm extremely lucky. I love my parents a lot. But I also know that like not everybody has that, and like I can get like how it might seem like, I don't know. I don't know why I got so serious with this video. I went to a place. I'm sorry. People coming in for like just talking about Bluey, and I go off on a tangent about parenting as a childless 20-something. Sorry about that, but yeah. Yeah. TLDR, just don't blame the cartoon dogs for your insecurities about being a parent. I don't think that's fair. I think I don't think that depicting a healthy family with good parents is problematic in any way, and I think it's stupid that people think it is. Anyway, moving away from that serious, that downer, I think, my favorite episodes are anything with Bingo, because Bingo is my favorite character. Well, Bingo and Bandit are my favorite characters. I like all of them, but, yeah, I like Bingo a lot. She's very cute. She's so sweet. I think one of my favorite moments, is in the garbage episode when they're going to the dump, and then Bluey like realizes that like they're going to the dump to take out her old drawings, and she's like, "That's a picture of me," and Bingo's like, "You're throwing away Bluey," and she like, and then like when Bluey gets sad and like kind of like hides in the car, Bingo like glares at their dad and he's like, "You're a baddie, you're a bad guy." Another example of them not being perfect parents, like, come on. But anyway, yeah, I like Bingo, and she's like so sweet. And in like the double Bingo, double Bluey, what is it? Anyway, the one where they imitate each other, when it's Bluey's turn to act like Bingo, so they're both Bingos, and Bandit and Chili make the mistake of being like, "Wow, I could get used to having two Bingos," and then Bluey is really hurt because they unintentionally like implied that they like Bingo more than her. Bingo comforts her and is like, "Nah, I'm not perfect either, like, I'm annoying too," and she like tapes up her nose and like makes a weird face and then like terrorizes the parents, and then everything goes back to normal, and the parents like are like, "No, we love both of you," and they do. And again, they're not perfect parents. I don't know where that comes from. Anyway, gracious. But yeah, that episode's really sweet. And like I definitely, yeah, and it's like I've had that thought, like, of like my parents would rather have two of like one of my other siblings than me. And that's just, I feel like that's just kind of a normal thing that siblings have sometimes, or like you think that you're not the favorite, and there's never a favorite. At least there shouldn't be. But that's like an insecurity that will always kind of be there if you have siblings. I feel. My little brother, I love him to death. He's fucking awesome. Like, he's really cool. And sometimes, hey, maybe sometimes I feel a little lame that he's had 2 girlfriends and I've had 0. That laugh sounded psychotic. My goodness. But yeah, that's just like a normal sibling thing, I feel. To get like insecure about maybe your sibling's better than you, or maybe some people like your sibling better than you. That's just normal sibling stuff, I feel. Because you're always gonna feel. Well, I don't know about always, because not like my parents have never made me feel that way, but it's just something that happens, you know? Like, especially if you're like me and kind of already a bit insecure. I'm getting really deep with this video, I'm sorry. But Bluey just brings that out in people, I guess. Like, just start trauma dumping. But, yeah, I feel like Bluey and Bingo are a really good depiction of siblings, because, like, they fight, but, like, not a ton, and they love each other a lot, and they're very protective of each other, and that's how I feel about my siblings. Like, I would die for them. And it's really nice. I like it a lot. Blue moments that made me cry. Let's go. Because I'm already in that place. So let's just go right now. Anytime we see them aged up, makes me choke up. Like, even though I've seen those episodes so many times, like, I choke up a little bit. Like, obviously there's the Jean-Luc. There's obviously the Jean-Luc one, where we see Bluey, having, like, as a teenager, reuniting with her friend that she met at camp, which is really sweet. But also, and the episode where Bingo meets her friend Leela, where it's kind of like from Leela's perspective, and Leela's like, I hope we'll be friends forever and ever and ever, and then we see them like grow up and like stay friends throughout that. It's really cute. It makes me choke up. It's so cute. And also, and the episode Promises, I didn't really like that episode very much, but the ending kind of makes it all worth it. So that episode, it kind of gets into, how parents, and like people in general, like sometimes people will make promises that they don't end up keeping. And it's not out of maliciousness, it's just kind of, you can't always keep every promise. It's just how things are. And you shouldn't make promises lightly. Because then you could hurt somebody if you're not able to keep your promise, even though it's not always in your hands. And it wasn't my favorite episode. I agree with the moral, but it wasn't my favorite episode. But the ending, where like, Bandit is like kind of like, watching over the kids as they're like falling asleep, and he's like, I promise I'll always love you. Wow. Dude, I'm emotional today. I'm sorry. I'm a wreck today. I'm crying. I'm crying just talking about it. Why am I... Cringe. But, yeah, because Bluey is that good. I'm not gonna apologize for crying over Bluey. My dad cried over the Sleepy Time episode. I'm not gonna apologize. Fuck you. Whatever. But yeah, Bluey is genuinely really, really good. In pretty much every way, I would say. Like, there are some episodes that don't really have a moral, or at least, like, not every episode is, like, crazy. Not every episode's gonna, like, connect with you on, like, an emotional level as an adult. Not every episode is, like, dealing with death, you know, and, like, your parents aging. Oh, that's another episode that makes me cry. So there's an episode where, Chili the mom, drops off the girls with her dad, their grandpa, but he, ooh, gracious, sorry, but he isn't doing super well, in terms of his health. He's having some heart issues, so she tells the girls that they can't, go canoeing with him because he's not feeling good and he needs to be resting and taking care of himself. But then as soon as they arrive at the house, they see him outside, trying to get rid of a stump in his front yard. And the episode is like, Chili chasing him and the girls down, to try and get him to rest and listen to the doctor. And in the end, he does end up, letting himself relax, and kind of accepting that he needs to rest. Because Chili, because he overhears Chili talking about how, she needs him to take care of herself. She needs him to take care of himself because she still needs him. And that kind of breaks through to him, and he's like, oh shit, I need to take care of myself, otherwise my daughter won't have me around anymore. I'm sorry, stuff with parents always gets me. Like, that's my kryptonite. Like, anything bad happening to a parent, like, I don't like it. Cause, like I said at the beginning of this video, I love my parents, and I don't want to think about them dying. But this episode, like, kind of makes me think about that, and it's like, oh shit. You know? But yeah, and then at the end of the episode, he and her are sitting down on a pier while the kids are playing in the creek. And Chili's like, oh, I remember when you used to take me here as a kid, that was a long time ago. And he's like, no, it was yesterday. And it's just really cute. Yeah, I'm really emotional today, I'm sorry, y'all. How Bluey makes me cry, not clickbait. That's gonna be the title of the video. It might unironically be. I'll put that on the thumbnail, maybe. But yeah, I'm a mess today. Sorry, but yeah, I think that just speaks to how good the show is. Like, because I've seen these episodes so many times and they still make me cry. It still makes me choke up. Even just describing what happens makes me choke up. And it's because it's a good show. Okay, I know it's a toddler show for babies or whatever, but it's good. Like, I'm not gonna say that it's not a kid's show, because I think, okay, side tangent, I've seen a lot, whenever, a kid's show gets popular with adults, I always see people saying like, oh, it's not for kids, it's not for kids, it's a good show, it's not for kids. But like, it is for kids. Just because it's for kids doesn't mean that it's not good. Like, you can like something that's made for kids. And I think it's dumb to try and say like, oh, it's not for kids because adults like it. Like, no. It's for kids. It's just good. It's just a good kids show. But anyway, yeah, I think it's a really good show, and if you're ever able to watch it, I highly recommend it. I think all the episodes are really good. I do have my favorite ones. Like Backpackers is really funny. I like that one a lot. Hammer Barn is also really funny. So like Feather Wand. Like, there's a lot of really funny episodes too. Like, I mostly talked about the ones that made me cry because I'm just in that kind of mood today, I guess. But yeah, there are a lot of funny episodes. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called Sleepover, but Muffin comes over, and she's like, overly tired, so she's acting crazy, and it's really funny. It's a really good episode. And it's also a metaphor for taking care of your drunk friends. Absolute cinema. Crazy. Well, I don't know if it was intentional, but I feel like it almost 100% was. You know what I mean? Because, like it ends with, like, Muffin, like, getting into, like, one of those toy cars that I always wanted as a kid. And then she ends up crashing into something. And then Chili, like, dressed up as a police officer, is like, you need to take care of your friends when they're, like, you need to take care of your friends when they're sleepy. But, like, yeah. It's so good. Like, 'cause, like, even, there's, like, episodes like that where you can, like, where it's, like, there's like, the surface level obvious message for the kids, like, oh, if your friend is tired, don't try to force them to stay up late, 'cause they could get sick, or something could happen. But then there's, like, a secondary message, like, for, like, anyone who wants to, like, view it that way. And I think that's good. I think that's very cool. And yeah. Yeah. Bluey. W show. Excellent show. And yeah. So here's my human versions of them. As you can see, I changed them from the concept art to not look like my parents anymore. I think Chili still does a little bit. Not as much as she did before, because my mom has long hair, but anyway. I'm just gonna have to make peace with that. But yeah. And I gave, Bluey and Bingo these little hats, because, there's another Australian, kid show that I used to watch called The Investigators, and when they went out while it was sunny, sometimes they would wear these hats, so that they wouldn't get, like, sunburnt, and I thought they were really cute, and I thought it would be a cute, like, little character design thing, too, so I gave them little hats to play outside, and not get, like, sunburnt. And yeah, and there's Floppy. I didn't have a reference image of Floppy pulled up while I was doing the line art, so doesn't look a ton like him, but I think the coloring made up for it. But yeah, there they are. I think they're super cute. I think Bluey might be my favorite of my designs, but let me know which one you like the best. And yeah. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you'd like to. That would also be cool. Next week, I will not have a video because I'm going on a trip. But then the week after that, I will be yapping about Poppy Playtime because, the new chapter came out and I have so much to say. Like, you do not know how much restraint it took to not, like, immediately just cancel whatever video was coming out and make a Poppy Playtime video immediately after the chapter came out. Because little spoiler for the video, I liked it. I liked it a lot, at least in terms of story. But I'm not gonna go deep into that because that's for another day. But yeah, I hope you have a great night, day, or whatever time it is where you are. Cheers!